Hey guys, Cam here again. Just got the next video for you guys in the series that I've been doing of our LAN games from the recently concluded KDC Finals LAN event in Melbourne. Finished probably 3 or 4 weeks ago now, but still getting around to making the videos. I was in Perth for about 10 days, so I made one video, but then I couldn't be bothered again because it was a bit of a route around because all the settings were different, and yeah, I thought I'd just wait until I got back home. Plus, I didn't get any time around the house to make it. I mean, I'm a geek. My missus, my wife knows that, and her family know that. I'm heaps into my games, but still, I'm not going to make those videos when they're around the house. It's different here because I just go in the other room. But yeah, anyway, so if you can't remember, we're currently 1-0 to me in the upper bracket final against Andy King. I won when I picked Clutch against his Ranger, and now we're moving on to the second map. Now, if you look at the pick bans for this, he banned Strog and Pika, and I picked Athena, just because I've been practicing that on Ruins of Sanath before the LAN, and Salty, I remember I played him in the online split, and he made it quite difficult for me. I only just won that map when he played Athena. I'd never really played against it before. I think she's not bad on the map, but what I should have done differently is I just understand that Dan really loves his Visor on this map, and I used to play Visor on this map a lot. I don't really rate him like massively, but for a second map, he's definitely fine. I just don't rate him for the first map. That's my personal opinion. Maybe I'll eat humble pie on that decision. We'll see later in the series. But anyway, I think I should have just picked Visor. I don't allow him Visor, and he'll play Athena because he's not comfortable on Athena as he is on Visor. And probably the same almost probably goes for me. So it was a bit of a mistake. Anyway, that's not to say you can't win. Of course, I'm a big believer that no matter what you're playing against, you can win on fucking kill on any map. It doesn't matter. If you play well, you're going to win. It just sometimes in tournament you don't want to have to rely on having to play well. You just rely on playing reasonably, and that's good enough. Makes it easier. So getting to the game, like I said, he's Visor, it's not me. He does it's a little funny start that he got here. But those of you watching interviews that I did, I think he did this intentionally. You can clearly see he's done this to someone before, I would dare say. So let's get into the game and we'll see what happens. So remember, 1-0. He's Visor, I'm Athena. And he goes whack, whack, whack. So I actually didn't get angry when that happened to me because I just sort of thought, he clearly did that intentionally. What I should have done, because you spawn up here off that spawn, I should have jumped to the green armor here and then ran towards rail, but maybe hooked off this towards rail to get there quicker, or just hooked up as soon as you pick up the rail so he can't just kill you. Because usually what I try and do is I grab the rail, and then a lot of the time they don't know that you're coming to rail as well, and then they just sort of start cessing. They're not ready to start cessing with machine gun, and because you've got this green, you just kill them. Okay, in this case, because I'm a light, I don't start with any armor. Probably he'll be able to kill me, even though I picked up the rail. If we start cessing, but with rail, I'm still confident I'll be able to kill him. So just get some separation between the two of you. What you can even do is hook straight up and then rail him from below. He's got to sort of wait for the rail. Either that, he doesn't have a weapon, and then we're in a good spot. But as played now, he's got 1-0, and he hasn't got rail yet. Yes, but he's going to get it, and then he's got a 1-0 lead, and at minimum he's got split control even if I've got him to the mega. So we'll see what happens. So good. I like how he comes to grab LG first here. A lot of people would be saying, why didn't he charge through to go get mega? It's probably because he doesn't actually have a weapon yet. If he'd picked up my rail with my body, probably would be, and didn't have to wait around, probably would have just charged to teleport to get to mega and then play from there. But as it is now, he understands, I've got no weapon. Cam's only a light anyway, so even if he gets mega, he's still only less health. He's still less health than what I am now, and then I can get the 2 weapons and stop him from getting them. So I don't hate what he's done here. And then the other thing is he's got 2 time shards to get his ability straight back because he used it so early. And sometimes that's good because you want to have, before the first 3 cycles are up, if you can use your ability twice, usually you're doing quite well, especially on the 1 minute ability usage. Then he goes back, gets the weapon, and then he's looking to deny rockets. And okay, he hasn't got rocket launcher, so he knows I haven't got rocket launcher because I'm not there, coming towards the mega. So then he's pretty confident he hasn't got any weapons. Now, one thing he needed to remember is I can hear the buzz of his rail, so I actually dropped down with plasma and tried to kill him. If I pushed in, I reckon I would just about kill him, because I destroyed him with the plasma. But especially because I picked up the rail as I dropped down, then I probably should have stuck with the plasma a bit longer. So I think it's a bit greedy for him looking for this long. Reason being is if they're at rockets, they're not hanging around this long. You know what I mean? They're already either there and they're coming straight away, or they're not there at all. So he should realise this is a bad angle and get off of it. Head back towards the rail with his LG out or something like that. And then he hears, but then he sort of got confused where I was. If I'd pushed in harder, I probably would have got an extra 40 damage, and then he's railable. And then this rail kills. Nice timing on the second shot, bit unlucky to get no damage, but he has to concede that. I remember thinking I would try and jump up and catch him, but obviously if you can see, he was sort of ready, which is good, because a lot of players would be just like meandering over to this health bubble and not ready for anything to attack. I've still got plasma, I've still got rails, so I'm happy to put some pressure on here, but once he hits that shot, now I've got to back off and use my hook to get away to the red. So good for him not to chase, because you're not going to get any damage if you do chase. Better off to stay positioned like this. And yeah, I figured I'd grapple up. Probably there's a way to hook so you're not all the way up in the air before you get up, because then you're probably okay. But again, I thought I'd surprise him, and he was ready for it. Possibly could switch to LG rather than stay on the rail for the second shot. But if you're hitting, you're hitting. So we'll never say it's a mistake if you're not hitting. But if you because it's fast obviously. But if you switch, it's more reliable. But obviously got the kill, it's fine. Notice how he moves to the left. That forces the spawn over here. That's only something I worked out after land, because I went to Knight's house. I knew this force spawn existed, but I could never quite get it right. It's because I was standing too far to the middle or to the right hand side of this tube. You've got to be on the left hand side of the tube. Excuse me, I'll just get a drink of this Malibu and Cocoa right here. My missus went to drinks and she brought him home, so can't let him go to waste. So we'll just go back and have a look at how he forced the spawn. See how he's on the left hand side? If you're on the right or the center, which is what I'd been standing, then they never spawned there. I could never work out what I was doing wrong. I asked Knight what I was doing wrong. He told me. So yeah, now you're in trouble again. Can drop with LG here, but stick with the rail if you want. See how he took his time on that third rail? That's not something he usually does, but I would tell him that's why you hit that shot, because a lot of him. I know I kept harping back into how him and Fraser tend to shoot their rails, but they tend to just not tug it, but just shoot it really fast there. Just, you've got so much time, just wait, and the dodge will show up. So I keep coming back to how I'm aiming. So it's actually good to see him shoot like that, because he usually doesn't do it, and sometimes lets you off the hook, especially on these vertical rails. Fraser always used to ask me, Cam, how do you hit these rails when you're peeking over the edge and hitting me below? Like, you never really seem to miss, but no one else I play sort of does that. And I said to him, well, two things. First thing I'll imagine in your head from what you can hear the machine gun going off, you can hear the footsteps and whatnot. Just imagine in your head where they are before you peek. And then when you do peek, I like to zoom. Obviously Dan and Fraser don't really like to zoom those ones. When you do peek, watch their movement for a second. Don't just shoot immediately, because when you peek, what they'll start to do is then dodge based on where you're aiming. And even players who don't realise, and I keep coming back to it, even players who don't realise that's what they're doing, they're still doing it. So if you watch, let's watch back. See how he's aimed on the right-hand side of me, and I started to move to the left? It's only subtle, but you just have to use that to your advantage. So what I would do in that sort of situation on the second one, see again how he moved his crosshair onto the right of me, and watch it one more time after I explain it. See how he moved his crosshair onto the right, and immediately I start moving left, to his left. I'm moving to my right. You guys get what I mean. From his point of view, he puts his crosshair on his right of me, and I start moving towards the left. It's because me, when I'm looking up at him, I can see that's where he's aiming. So he just moved the other way, and that's a good tip for your dodging of your rails. It's a good tip for your dodging of your rockets. Probably with LG, they move where they're aiming too quick to be able to really take advantage of that. And obviously it's shooting a constant stream, so it's not like you need to just dodge one shot and then it's dodged with like it is with rail or rockets. It's probably not. It's not that effective against LG, but you could use it against Tribolt, for example, and you could certainly use it against Plasma, even though that's a stream of bullets as well. But we'll go back and have one more look at that. So see how he's on the right, I move to the left, and then again he's aiming on the right, I start moving to the left. But see how he took his time to realise that's what I was doing, I was moving along the wall now, and then hit the shot? It's really important, and like I said, it's not something him and Fraser generally do, but yeah, it's just a very good way to aim those kind of shots. It's how you can be consistent in hitting them, because that's not an easy shot to hit, especially when you're getting assessed. Okay, he's not weak, so it's not like he's in any danger of dying. He'll probably just drop with LG, but it is a shot that most players tend to struggle with, and that's how you can think about how you're going to approach it, because I'm very consistent on those kind of shots, but most players that I play simply aren't. Tries to spawn frag again, but I don't think you can spawn there twice in a row like that. So with his sight, and I like going to get this green. Generally speaking, I wouldn't like to go get this green. Reason being because you allow them to get to rail maybe, but he's using his sight, so then he can use the information, cut you off, get here back quicker, and now he's in a position to to play well. Now, one thing I would say is when he gets to here, possibly what you can do is you actually switch off your rail and invite them to come towards the railgun. Because as Athena or any character, if you're down here heading towards the rail, you can hear the buzz of the rail above you, you're not going to come out. But what you do is you just hold no gun out and then trust your instinct on the time they're going to peek. You can either drop with LG or switch back to your rail. You're trying to lure them in to take some damage on the weapon when they go for it. So hang out rail, you can sort of hear him, which is why I drop down, which is why you can work out where they're going, because you can hear the buzz of the LG in the rail. So that's why you don't drop down. One thing I would like to see him do here, you don't have to, but it's just, it's good. Drop onto the rail first. Your reason is he should know I don't have much of a weapon, if any weapon at all. And then you steal the rail. So that way, because what happens now is I hear him go to red, and then you can jump in, grab the rail, and then fuck off. Whereas if he'd taken the rail before he fucks off, that's 5 seconds or whatever it is before it spawns again. So I've got to wait there for a bit longer. Even if I do end up getting it, whatever, because he doesn't come back that way, at least it slows me down, and you can't just grab it and leave like you can because he left the red armor now. Okay, I didn't go for it anyway, but just something you could do. And now I like him pushing in. So this is where, see how he'd control the weapons beforehand? It stopped you from getting them. Then he can just push in, use his weapon advantage, and now I'm fucked. So I actually like how he doesn't just go for mega. And it's only small as well, but grab the rocket launcher here. Could rocket jump up here, but if you know you got plenty of time to red, which he does know, then this is fine as well. And then you can just flush them out. Waiting around here, good. Even coming around this way is fine as well, but just got to be careful I don't get onto the weapons, but he comes straight back, so it's good. I like how he drops straight down to attack. If you're there, just be ruthless with it. Okay, I wasn't there, but he thought that I might have been there, so just be ruthless with it. It's good, because then, like, he's not going to red, he's not doing anything, he's just coming back to rail to kill you. And he's going to ruthlessly do it when he kills you, when he turns up. So I like what he did there. Same story here. You could rocket jump up. Chooses not to. It's not wrong, but I just think with this stack, you're wasting a bit of the red armor if you don't rocket jump up. And there's plenty of time to mega. They're the two things you need to decide when you're going to rocket jump up or not. Now, okay, as Athena, you can get around the map very easily, but I still don't think if you rocket jump up and I drop immediately towards this area back here, it's not like I can beat him to red anyway. So I'd like to see him rocket jump up for a bit of damage. Because you're just picking up this red armor for 50 armor instead of using 100 and dealing 100 damage. I'm not on a stack where I can definitely challenge now. But one more armor, get up to 25 extra health. Maybe I can start getting in his way now, you know what I mean? With sight, good timing on the sight. Yeah, nice shot. That's where the sight's so beautiful. His timing on the sight, generally speaking, on this map is very strong. He's using it when you can't hear it, but he can get maximum information or maximum damage out of using it, just because he's pushing in halfway through it ends, or using it just after it's ended, but he still has that information for where he saw you, where you were. That's one thing I would mention about the sight ability. A lot of people say it's for information. It's not really for information. It's for damage, and that's all it's for. You can use it for information, but a lot of the time, think about it when you're playing in a duel. How often do you know where your opponent is anyway? Quite often. Not always, but quite often. So I find a lot of people, it's funny when they use this ability when they're not in a position to get damage anyway, and they had a rough idea of where the other guy was regardless. So there's no point using it. Now, Dan doesn't really do that. He's pretty crafty with when he uses it, but I see a lot of players not using it like that. And then obviously ruthlessly press in with the rail, so I like that. Try to spawn the rail to force the spawn towards the plasma. Obviously didn't work out for him, but he's got a good split between the items. Again, I'd like to see him push back towards the rail here first, just because you get 30 health out of that mega health, but it's not a problem. Now he's got me out. Just these are small little things. Like if you're just trying to play this Pac-Man style against the lights, it's probably not too bad. So I don't mind it in this case. But if you were playing against a medium when they spawn with that 50 armor, they only need to get onto one armor and then they're 225 health or 200 health. So that's where picking up that mega constantly when you're already 140 is a mistake. But against a light, probably it's not too bad. So I'll cut him some slack for that, because now you can just chase. You know what I mean? I like how he spammed that rail just around the corner, because you're not going to hit otherwise. So, like, okay, you're probably not going to hit anyway, but I like it. Again, you could probably just leave that red armor there and rocket jump up to the rail, but it's going to work out now because I ran into his trap. And just ruthlessly stick with rail. I like that, because a lot of time you see people switch to LG there and you hook away, and you're not saying you might not get away anyway, but just ruthlessly use rail. So I like that. Can't deny this, but he's looking to hunt me, so I don't mind that. Head back to rocket launch is always good. Same story again. You could leave that behind, but the way he's feeling confident, he's feeling good, so just hunt in. I've got rockets now though, so I like how he uses his sight. Probably could stay. I think staying down there to fight with the sight is a bit better. Probably just sit in the corner until the rockets gets fired, because you can see on their motion when the rocket gets fired, and then just jump over the top of it when you do come down, because he knows I'm not that strong, right? Dropping back down on this timing here, he actually gets destroyed. But yeah, I think I would have preferred him not to come back up. Because then you lose your sight as well a bit. You can't use LG, you're just not weak enough. Probably a bit unlucky not to get a mutual, but sorry, Dan. You can't attack man phase like that with rockets. You're going to get destroyed. But we'll have a look at that fight again. So, yeah, he's got a good stack, so I don't mind attacking. Attacking is good, but it's just I think you just need to use rockets when you come down. And again, that is a situation where you probably don't want to use your sight in the midair because you lost that chance to shoot the rocket really early. And it's not like I'm strong anyway. If I'm strong, yes, absolutely, use the sight to get in. But on 125 health, you really don't need to use it. Just get past that first rocket. Even if you take 100 damage, but you get past it, it's fine. You just kill me anyway. You know, I'm pretty weak. Once he comes back up, yeah, I don't think you can drop back down. Because I put real deep, good timing, and yeah, he switched back to rail rockets a little bit too late. Probably a bit unlucky not to get his mutual, but yeah, 6-0 up, you don't need to be taking such risks, especially the way the map had gone, where he was like running the map completely, doing very well. You don't need to take that risk. And yeah, against most players, you're not going to die. They're going to kill him, but not against Van Fraser. No weapon here for me, unfortunately. Otherwise, you'd be peeking in for obviously some damage there. Because what you don't want when you've been bullied around the map a bit, and you get back into it, then they just get a good stack going again and a few weapons. Because that is unfortunately the nature of what happened, because he dropped rocket launcher. I already had a rocket launcher, so it's not like I got a second weapon. But yeah, we'll keep going from there. I remember I just jumped through like this. Probably in that situation there, that's not the time to be doing that. Just stand there for a bit and hit your shot. Reason being is you got your mega. Red's not for a while. Yeah, I don't think he has rail. You know, he doesn't have rail, so he can't really hurt you anyway. So yeah, this is crap. You just like, I wouldn't say it's panicked, but it's flustered. When you don't need to be playing flustered here, just you're 6-1 down, but you can still easily win this map if you get 1 or 2 good frags. Just stand near the teleport exit, rail him once. If he comes up the jump pad, you can, and he's railed, he's probably weak anyway. You kill him with rocket launcher, and he can't really hurt you anyway. So just use your rail, use your rockets, make it hard for him. Don't just jump through the teleporter and let him get away now, because he's 100 now. It's going to be hard to kill. All right, just bluff towards mega and see if we can go get it. We don't have that long to get to red. We don't want him getting this red. So I like how he's playing it towards a teleporter. But the only problem is sometimes it's a little bit telegraphed. That's what you're doing, because I can't hear anything. He never comes to the teleporter. I know that's where he is. So I don't. In that sense, you got to be a bit careful. If you are going to play like he's playing, you must stand close to the teleporter. So when you hear the drop down, you get through immediately, and they have to hit a really nice shot to hit it. Notice how he switched off his weapon though. He didn't have his LG out. That's why I couldn't hear him. But like I said, when you're hiding in that sort of spot, it's quite telegraphed anyway. So maybe it's just better to hold your LG out anyway, even though you're giving away position. It's sort of like what I was saying with the sight. I know where he is anyway, so just hold your gun out. It's no point being secretive. And then nice rocket jump up. Now I'm back in the map, you know what I mean? Grab the LG and then come back. Same story as before. You don't have to rush here. Alright, so just kill. Alright, nice. So this is where 6-3, you know what I mean? Like, it's like all of a sudden I'm back in this map. See how I come back towards the rail? Good play by him. He doesn't just come charging towards this rail after he grabs that green, which is very easy to do. He's actually going up towards mega, grab a weapon, and then make it hard for me to get both items. Rather than get this green and get railed once or even twice, and then I can just grab red and come back and do whatever I want on the map. I actually like what he's doing. You don't have to pick up this green now. I can't pick it up anyway after I pick up red. So just come back for it later. Just don't take damage now. So what he's doing is really good. So as Athena obviously can get back up. I like how he took this position, but you just got to be careful when you don't actually have a proper weapon. Because from here, he should die. He actually gets away. I didn't hurt him at all. It was just bad. I didn't shoot that rocket. What you need to do is hit that rocket against the ledge. I overshot it. I flicked it a bit and then overshot it. That's terrible. And then switch LG and then hit Mr. Al. So it's like, yeah, good on you. It's like, you want to win this map or what, cunt? Terrible. And then he still got tribal, but I went a bit scared here. This is unusual for me. I don't know. I wasn't nervous. I just, yeah, I'm not sure what it was. I can't really explain it. And now you're taking damage. You kind of got to get away, you know. So it's just bad. Interesting for him to come up here, but just head him off. He's not. No point chasing there because he's going to be gone. So there's no point. No point doing that. You might have been better off just heading straight back towards the rail, because then, you know, as he comes up, okay, he might not come up when he hears you coming that way, but you know, as played, you know, just let him go with the weapons here. It makes it hard for you now. You know what I mean? And now you can just get away. Interesting. So same story as before. All right. Nice try by him. So sort of want to get damage, but you just can't because you're only 120 health. So I probably just chased it a little bit too much. The fact is, look at sometimes when you've been behind in a map like I was, like 6-0 or 5-0 or whatever it was, you think when you get to 6-3 means you need to push. It's only 4 minutes 17. There's fucking plenty of time. Just take it easy. You know what I mean? And that's where I made a mistake. You know he's still up there. So once he missed, then I'm up. Just push him off this with LG here. Nice rail, but unfortunately he's not railable. I waited a little bit longer, but probably a bit lucky that he didn't push across the mega. Otherwise, might have been harder for me to kill him. And see, I'm trying to spawn that frag again. You got to move further left, boys. Don't do what I'm doing there. It's trash. But I only knew that after that. I knew the spawn was there, but I never tested it. Yeah, but that's what you got to do. All right. Yeah, 63 damage straight through, and then straight through. And you tell me it's not straight through. I don't know how to go really slow in this. That's not 63 damage. That's 100 damage. Right, I remember thinking in this moment, this is one of the only moments I got mad in the whole tournament because I've been robbed. I got completely robbed. I don't know about that, but we'll see the next one. No damage. Good. See how he dodged backwards when he saw the rocket pull out? That's good. That's clever. But look, you can't see here, but I remember at Knight's house, we stopped it on the spot. It went literally in his chest. So I was just mad. You see here on the webcam, I'm not happy. But yeah, it's like these QC things, I suppose. But I got a bit unlucky with that. And then now he's sitting pretty. Because it's not to say if the first rocket was 100 like it probably should have been. Maybe he doesn't keep pushing, but he sort of has to anyway. So then the rail hits. I've got full control every weapon, and I'm one frag down. So yeah, I in my opinion, I got robbed in that moment. But again, these things do happen. But remember, I had no LG ammo. Yeah, I ran out of ammo. Nice rocket. See how I jumped up? Nice rocket. But don't tuck into the corner here. Just try and get away to Mega. He just missed me shot. He just pushed him in a shotgun. It's just terrible. I was laughing at it, but the fact is, like, I was mad. So yeah, delay spawn there. I mean, you're 7-4 and you got to do it all again. It's fucking hard now, but it's not impossible. But yeah, in my opinion, I know I'm half on. I got robbed in that moment. I know I got robbed. It's 100 rocket on it. It was perfectly shot rocket that should have got 100 damage, and then the rail went straight through it, and that killed. And then I'm one frag down, laughing for a map that I played so badly. But now he's laughing. He's doing great. Got his sight and everything, and now he's just destroying you. Fucking catch you. Delay spawn there as well, as you're dead. But I like how he cleared it. Maybe once you clear it and they're not there, you can go back for the LG ammo immediately, but this is fine. Again, you're 4 frags up, full control. Just take it easy. So see how he's just bluffing. He knows I'm there, yes, but he knows there's also nothing I can do, so I like what he's doing. Honestly, you can just stay there if you want, but coming to get rocket launchers is not a mistake. The only problem with it is you do give me the weapons, but that can be annoying. But probably still can't do much. He's just listening there to see where I was going, and then, yeah. Nice use of the sight, nice damage. Probably a bad attack, but again, you're leaving it a bit late to do something, even at 6 minutes on this map sometimes, so I don't hate that. Nice rail by him, that's beautiful. And now he can just sort of take it easy, do whatever he wants, get his ability back, and then same story again, got to wait for a whole minute. Important shot to hit for him, but good that it's probably better if we don't hit either for him than it is to both hit, so it's just fine. Probably can push in with LG there, but didn't choose not to. Nice rail by him as well, obviously at the end of the sight. And I remember that rail especially. I thought it was a nice shot, but you can see that's the beauty of the sight. Using it in a time where he can't see you using it, and I'll probably make that the theme of this video because that's what he did really well on this duel. Was he's using sight when you can't hear it, you don't know that he's got it, and it lasts longer than what people think. There's 2 abilities in this game that I'll make it 3 things. 2 abilities and one other aspect of this game that I always tell people. When you've got it, it lasts longer than you think, and when the enemy has used it, it seems like it lasts forever. And those 3 things are Visor sight, BJ dual wield, and quad damage. Ask yourself this when you're using BJ. You feel like you got to hurry up and kill them because it's running out. Same with quad. You feel like you got to run around the map and kill them fast because it feels like it lasts like 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Same with Visor sight. It feels like it only lasts like 2 seconds, but if you actually time it, it's a lot longer than that. But put it on the other hand. Imagine when the enemy's using dual wield on you. It feels like it lasts forever. Like it's going to run out. It's going to run out. It's still there. You know what I mean? Same with quad. He's purple. He's going purple. I'll just kill him. I'll just get that last couple of seconds for myself and kill him. He's still got quad. You're fucking destroyed. You know what I mean? So I'd say Visor sight is like those 2 abilities. It just lasts for a bit longer than you think. So you can use it early in the fight or even just before the fight. It's probably better. And use that to your advantage because then they don't know you've used it, especially. See, if I knew you had sight up still, I never would have pushed for that rail. But, well, maybe I would have because I'm an arrogant arsehole. But, normally speaking, you wouldn't. So I like how he's just backed off, 4-4. Let's just play it safe. Don't challenge a mega that you don't need to. This is good. And just make it hard for me. Get his sight back. slowly and then just take it easy. You know, I kind of have to attack this red to win the game. And he could probably even stay down here if he wants to get the side, I guess. But, you know, this is fine. Good just back off. He could have pushed in there if he's there immediately, but given that he wasn't, this is good. And then, yeah, he's got clean movement getting away in that. I like how he doubles back this way after he come the other way. It's good. Just tricking you. Making it hard for you to you know, you got to do a lot here for frags. It's not impossible. It's fucking hard. He actually used his side here, and people were saying he was using like cerebral play to look where I was and then use sight. Fact is, he can hear me above him anyway. Don't use sight. This is actually a waste of sight because you can hear where you are. You need to use it later in 15 seconds time or whatever when he doesn't know where I am and he's trying to find out. So this is actually a waste. People were saying this is really clever, like he knew where I was, etc. So exactly like Fuzzy said, why do you need sight? You don't use it there. But yeah, it was a funny moment, but you don't need to use it there. And just again, back off, get your sight back. Like to see him go get rocket launcher here, but obviously he can't now. But he's onto the mega, so then he can sort of stand around and fight. You know, just do the same thing over and over again. So I haven't even got red armor. See how he got nice down. I don't like how he come back. So now destroyed. You know what I mean? And if I hit him there, I can easily win the map. So that was horseshit by him. What he should have done is get that LG see it from this situation is back out and get away. You've got your damage. You've still got a good stack. Don't get too greedy and try and frag because he should have died here. See how deep that rocket is that I shot? And that surprised him. And now what, champ? Now you're in trouble. You know what I mean? One. See how deep they are? And that rail kills. And then he can easily lose the map. So that was bad by him because he'd played so well for like a minute to stay like hiding around the map. And he got surprised by the depth of my rockets, as so many players have over the years. But that's what you can do when you just shoot them real deep. They come out further than what you think. And then obviously I didn't shoot immediately, take my time. And then he hit that one, which cost me a lot because, you know, if I was stronger, then I could challenge easily. I come here to challenge. And you know, like, if I just dealt with him here because I had an extra 90 health, fuck, it's anyone's game. Shot. But I remember I backed off from there. It was terrible. Like, you got to kill here. If you want to win the map, you must frag here. And then, yeah, just too fucking slow. Just crap. And he's railable too, so there's no point panicking like I did. So it's just crap. I actually like when I chuck here, but good play by him. Oh, one more bullet. Probably shouldn't use no. Should have used rail if it was there. I'm not sure it was there. Nice play. It's a nice play to walk by me there. It's just quite surprising, but must hit this kill. Nice rail by him, and unfortunately I missed. So that's GG's, I think. So yeah, it's pretty hard to win from here. Probably shouldn't peek here, but yeah, given that he LG'd up, just use LG. So clever, and that's going to be good games. So actually watching this back, he didn't actually play as good a map as what I felt. I've seen this VOD before, I watched it all, but yeah, he made a few mistakes, but one thing but you know, I remember laughing with him, and again, I'll go off a bit of tangent here, but I know you guys I don't think of what I'm saying as being critical of a player or a person, because I've said the same things about my own play. When it's shit, I'll call it out, or even if it's not necessarily shit, it's just something that could be improved on. It's not something that player of my skill, player Dan's skill, or even the very best in the game are going to do every time. It's just, this is what you can do, this is what you can think about in these situations, guys. And you use most of that information to improve on your game. It's not you're ever going to play the perfect duel. There's no such thing as the perfect duel. It doesn't exist. If you're playing what's considered a perfect duel, you better find someone tougher to play against, because you won't be able to do that against someone who's a bit better. So, like I'm saying, like, he didn't actually play this duel as well as what I thought when I was playing against it. But I remember saying to him after this match, because we did have a bit of a banter when we were playing against each other, and I remember saying to him, lucky that was caught on your point of view for the most part, because he got the kill and it was obviously follow killer. I said lucky it was played on on your point of view for the most part, because if it was mine, these blokes would have thought I'd never fucking played Quake before, because it was that bad. Especially at the start when I was hooking around and not really had any weapons, and he was just railing the shit out of me and playing well. But yeah, he did make a few mistakes, and I think, you know, the game management for the most part was good, but then he still gave me a chance at the end there twice to get back into the game, and they were both because he tested me and got greedy. Once at the rocket launcher, with the rocket launcher down at the red armor, and the second time with the LG down at the red armor. Sometimes, especially when you're 6-0 up, okay, I'm not saying he couldn't have killed me there, he could have killed me there, but you know, against me rockets, and you've seen two examples of that down in the water there. They're just that little bit deeper than most other players shooting, and it can really catch you off and surprise you with what you got hit by. So probably those two fights were the only true mistakes that he made, but they were very costly as well, because, you know, like we saw when I got, and I will maintain I got robbed. I would have been 1 frag down. And even at the end there, when I killed him after all that, I would have been only 2 frags down with 2 minutes to go if I'd killed him at the other green. So it was just terrible. But unfortunately, unfortunately for me and fortunately for him, I didn't take advantage of those mistakes that he'd made. Certainly not the continuation after I got the kill. And then he was good enough to get the map win, which when you're playing against good players, well, you know, it's never going to be perfect. Like I said, there's no such thing as perfect game, but especially when you play against good players, it's just stuff's going to happen to you that you didn't expect. You're going to die when you didn't think you were going to die, and he's going to hit this shot a little bit quicker than what you thought or whatever. So, yeah, that'll be the end of this VOD, and we'll move on to the next one, which, in my opinion, the next 2 maps in the series are probably 2 of the, not to spoil the results, but they're 2 of the best maps that I played in the whole tournament, if not the best. So we'll get into those ones, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll see what happens, but then after that, I might have a bit of a surprise for you guys, but we'll see what I can make happen. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of this video. Sorry it's a bit dark on my webcam as well. It's just in the middle of the night, so I just finished watching the Open Golf Tournament. Yeah, and thought I'd make this video for you guys. So no worries, I'll see you guys in the next one.